Welcome, everybody, to the first Blu-ray and DVD out and about video for 2021. Let's make it a good year for physical media, shall we? And this week sees the release of the post-apocalyptic sci-fi action comedy Love and Monsters, hitting store shelves along with the horror comedy 12-Hour Shift and the seventh and final season of the 100, plus much more. So let's go see the deals, exclusives, and we are at our first location, Walmart. So let's go in and see what they got. All right, everybody, we are in at Walmart. The first one of 2021. And look, nothing to show off. God damn it. God damn it. And here I thought we were actually going to see something. Ah, man. God, I have too much hope. Jeez. I mean, there is tags for Love and Monsters, but no Love and Monsters. There's also a DVD for something called Yellow Rose, but they don't have that either. Hell, they don't even have Honest Thief still. They still don't even have that. I mean, shit, they don't even have the friggin' DVD anymore of Battle of the Bulge Winter's War. Gee, somebody actually bought that? Fuck. Yeah, nothing, man. Literally, nothing. I mean, some of the Karate Kid sold, which is cool, but yeah, nothing. Same old stuff. Kind of empty. Yeah. This is Walmart for you. I mean, hey, they still have a crap ton of Tenet. God, this really did not sell the way they were hoping for it, did it? Damn. Well, they got enough of that, but as far as the new releases go, nada, zippo, zilch. Well, I can try to see if there's anything else to check out. Well, they do have this display over here for some hot hits for hot prices. Some of these are for $7.96. Check some of these out. I mean, they do have DVD of Invisible Man, Hobbs and Shaw, which by the way, I am almost guaranteeing this thing is gonna get a sequel, man. Because this made like a shitload of money, and it was honestly a really good film too. Seriously, like even better than some of the Fast and Furious movies. Really fun flick though. 1917, awesome flick. Oh, the Halloween sequel. That's nice. They got Doolittle, Secret Life of Pets 2. And honestly, Doolittle was not as bad as everybody said it was. Like, I went into this movie, everybody said it was complete garbage and shit, and Downey was terrible. And honestly, better than it had any right to be. Seriously. It's not a great movie, but it's not a train wreck either. Then, How to Train Your Dragon. Really great series of films. Love those ones. A Dog's Journey, really good flick. 1917. Honorable Man. Hustlers, very nice. I really do like Hustlers, man. Hustlers was honestly really good. I love the acting in here. I love the true story stuff. I mean, and Jennifer Lopez on a pole, not gonna lie, that kind of piques my interest. So it was a good flick. I enjoyed it, honestly. I know some people didn't, but I thought it was nice. I thought it was decent. Fate of the Furious. Of course, we're heading into another Fast and Furious movie very, very soon. Boy, can't wait for that one. Jeez, of course. Some of these movies are good, and some of them are bad. I heard a rumor they're going into space at some point. Not gonna lie, I kind of predicted that like 2 or 3 movies back, so that wouldn't surprise me, man. But God, this franchise keeps on going forever, dude. Oh, and speaking of a franchise that goes forever, Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. In fact, I think they're filming the new one. I don't know if it comes out this year or next year. I'm not sure about that, but I mean, of course they're going to milk this franchise. This franchise prints money, man. But I got to admit, the last couple of ones, like this one and the other one, I wasn't a huge fan of. I mean, Jurassic World is better than Fallen Kingdom, but I don't know. I see I'm more of the old school ones. Like the first 2 or 3 of them I really like. But, I mean, we'll see how the next film is, though. I like Chris Pratt, and I like her, but the chemistry between them I didn't care for. That's just me. Downtown Abbey, which is really, really great. I really like Downtown Abbey. This one's to surprise me. Never watched the series, but I really enjoy those movies. I also have Good Boys. Good Boys is a decent movie. It's not as good as Superbad though, but it's not terrible. They got that. Also have the Hustle. And this movie was a real big letdown, man. Not even close to being as good as Dirty Rotten Scoundrels, man. Shame. Oh God. Oh God, they got enough of 50 Shades Free, don't they? Shit. Oh my God. Guys, if you have a chance and an opportunity, go back on the channel and watch the review I did with Bob for 50 Shades Free. My God, that is one hilarious review, man. The movie's shit. Okay, truth be told, the movie's shit, but our review is fucking hilarious, man. Still to this day, it's one of the best ones I think we ever did. It was so fun, man. God, I mean, this trilogy is absolutely dog shit. Okay, but it is kind of fun to riff on it. Not gonna lie, man. Animal Farm Kingdom, Fast and Furious, and of course The Hunt, which honestly is a really great movie, man. I was actually surprised by this one. I thought it was going to be sort of a lame humans hunting humans movie, but it was actually kind of fun, clever, and really gory and bloody as shit, man. Really good. I did enjoy that one. That one's not half bad. On the side here, they have ones for $5. They've got Despicable Me 3, which is pretty decent of a film. King Your Dragon, Shrek the Third. I gotta admit, I'm really only a major fan of the first couple of Shrek movies. The third and fourth one, they're not terrible movies. I kind of enjoy them, but they're, I don't know, they're lesser films compared to the first two. And the first two are amazing in my opinion. Well, not bad though. Of that, they have Invisible Man again, Scooby-Doo 1 and 2, Jurassic World, and they have, oh Lord, of course they have 50 Shades of Grey, the very first one. I'm not gonna lie, I actually do kind of enjoy the first 50 Shades movie. I'm not gonna lie, man, I kind of do. I remember watching it in the movie theater. I'm like, honestly, this is not bad. I like the sort of sexual stuff. I think she was actually pretty good in the role. I mean, it's not as intense as I thought it was gonna be, but I honestly really did like the movie. And at the end, I was really intrigued. I was like, oh my God, what happens next? And Bob was like, are you fucking kidding me, man? I'm like, yeah, I want to know. It's almost like you're reaching ever so closer to Mount Doom, and you're, what's gonna happen? I know, I was expecting way too much with this franchise, man, and the second and third one really let me down. I mean, it's a decent, but boy, it's got to go down, because I'm not paying $5 for this shit. Maybe $1, but definitely not $5. And the other side has more $7.96. They have Coming to America, which, by the way, I love Coming to America, man. What a classic Eddie Murphy flick. Love this so much. I don't know if the sequel's gonna live up to the hype, man. I don't know. People are really hyped for that movie, and I'm kind of, dude, I'm holding back, because if I get hyped too much and then the movie fails, God, I'm gonna be pissed, dude. I love this movie so much. I don't want the sequel to fail. And then they have the Beverly Hills Cop 3 movie collection. Now, look, I'm not gonna lie, man. Like, the first two Beverly Hills Cops are amazing. They're fantastic. They're awesome. That third one, though, man, speaking of disappointment, man, that third one sucked. Absolute balls. Fuck. That really did, man. I mean, the story and the intensity, it just wasn't really there. And even Eddie Murphy wasn't even as good as he was in the last couple of ones, man. I think they went to that amusement park, like Wonder World or some shit, didn't they? Yeah, and he had to solve that murder at Wonder World. Ah, what a piece of shit, man. The first two are great, though, but jeez. Oh, and they also have a 4-film collection of Coming to America, Harlem Nights, Boomerang, and Norbit. Harlem Nights is really amazing. I think Harlem Nights is funny as hell. And it's a great Eddie Murphy film, but a really great Richard Pryor flick, too. And a lot of really great actors in that movie, man. That's a really underrated one. Not many people talk about Harlem Nights, but so good. And Boomerang's pretty great too. That was at the height of that Eddie Murphy love, man. Like everything he did turned to gold, man. And Boomerang was awesome. God, that's another one not many people talk about. And Norbit. Fuck, I'm not even talking about Norbit. Fuck that movie. Fuck, that movie's terrible. Oh my god. Forrest Gump, which is awesome. Life is like a box of Blu-rays and DVDs. That's how I remember it. Oh, Tom Hanks is so good here, man. This is one of Tom Hanks' best movies, man. Awesome. Days of Thunder, awesome Tom Cruise flick. Rocket Man. Oh, Rocket Man, awesome. I love this movie. This is a really great, unique little biopic that I think is going to gain more fans over time. Didn't quite do as well as something like Bohemian Rhapsody, but I think just as clever, though. I really did like that one. Oh, A Quiet Place. Oh, so good. God, this is a great movie, man. I love this movie. Seeing this in the movie theater was awesome. I can't wait for the sequel, man. Talk about a movie I'm really anticipating, man. I just think the recipe that was in the first film is there in the second thing, and I'm just hoping that they just pull it off. I really do, man. Great flick. Rhythm section, pretty decent. Yeah, Forrest Gump, Hustlers, and the Pet Sematary remake, which is a real letdown and disappointment, man. I mean, there is some decent stuff in here, but to compare it to the original Pet Sematary from the late 80s, man, it's hard to do. I don't know, man. I'm not so sure. I mean, again, it's got some decent stuff to it, but I was really let down by this one in a big bad way. Really was. Some decent stuff here overall. Not half bad, man. Some decent stuff for all you. I mean, $7.96, not bad. Over on the other side, $5, and a decent selection overall. Not great, but you know, if you were looking to wait on some of the titles, not a bad price. Hey, at least I got something here at Walmart. Oh, sometimes I seriously feel like Dr. Evil. I really do. Like, all I want is frickin' sharks with frickin' laser beams. What's so wrong with that? All I want are the Blu-rays and DVDs to be out. How tough? How tough is that? Oh my god. Oh, yeah, 2021 is off to a little bit of a rocky start, dare I say, man. Oh, brother. I mean, there is some releases that came out this week, but Walmart is behind the curve. I mean, this is Tuesday, right? I mean, they do release the Blu-rays and DVDs and all the stuff on Tuesday. Right? Let's hope. Well, according to this Walmart, I doubt that's the case, guys. I mean, either the truck is late, they don't care, or the third-party vendor just hasn't gotten here yet. Either or, well, it doesn't really matter because the physical media isn't out. I mean, at least we saw some Blu-rays and DVDs for that deal in that display, but outside of that, not really all that much, man. Hate to say it. I guess this Walmart is a little bit of a bust. Maybe until next week when the old releases will finally be out. That seems to be the trend now. We'll see what happens. Until then, well, it's kind of a bust, guys. Hate to say it. Let's hope the next location has more physical media to check out. All right, everybody. We are at our second location, Target. But before we go in, I wanted to talk to you guys about something. So I was reading this article. Now, this article was mainly about something else. But it ended up actually being very interesting to read about streaming and about exclusivity and about where you can watch certain content and for how much you're going to actually end up paying for all that content. Very interesting. So, very fascinating stuff, guys. So, year endings also tend to see more titles leave, likely because more licenses expire. This is where 2020 becomes especially interesting. It's the beginning of big noticeable exclusivity plays. Before HBO Max, Disney Plus, and Peacock launched, the rights owners were prepared to license their titles to the major streamers. It's a lucrative business. If you don't have your own streamer, Netflix Netflix paid a reported $300 million for first-run Disney titles in 2012, although the deal didn't kick in until 2016. It was a major milestone moment. Netflix beat out Showtime and starred for that premium window offering. That pay one window becomes a bidding war. Think of how movies go from theaters to Blu-ray/digital retailers and then wind up on HBO before they're played on broadcast networks like ABC. Netflix signed a similar deal in 2013 with DreamWorks Animation. Back in the early days of the streaming bonanza, it was also fantastic for subscribers, with mega deals and one of the biggest TV libraries available that included shows from every major network. Netflix had basically everything people needed. Everything changed now. Netflix is far from the only streamer on the block, and in the United States specifically, it's facing several waves of new competition. In 2019, television research group Ampere Analysis noted that about 20% of Netflix's library included titles from NBC Universal, Fox, Disney, and Warner Media. 3 of those companies have since publicly announced the importance of building their own streaming services, taking back much of the content they've licensed out to Netflix and other streamers and adding it exclusively to their own products. It's not just Netflix, but Netflix remains the quintessential example. Netflix library is literally shrinking, something executives have effectively shrugged off as Netflix pushes into making more original series and films than ever before. That change is as clear as day when looking at Netflix's list of titles leaving by the end of the year. All seasons of The West Wing? Gone. You'll have to sign up for HBO Max to view those. The Office? Going to need a premium Peacock subscription to watch any episode from season 3 through its finale. Ralph Breaks the Internet is about to become a Disney Plus exclusive, while Dexter and Nurse Jackie will likely find their way to Showtime's OTT service or whatever Paramount Plus is going to be. For those doing the math at home, that means instead of spending $14 a month to watch all of those shows, it'll now cost approximately $45 a month. Movies and TV shows from content owners may still end up on Netflix. NBC, Universal, and Viacom CBS have spoken about the importance of licensing while setting up their own streaming businesses. But the biggest titles, the ones that executives think people will sign up for, will remain exclusive. And it goes on more. It basically says that, there's other licenses for $500 million and other companies vying for other titles like Rick and Morty and South Park. You name it, guys, honestly. And this now becomes a chess game. Seriously, this now becomes a complete and entire chess game, truly. Because you know how easy it is to go into a store and buy a Blu-ray or DVD or 4K title. It's pretty easy. Go on Amazon or other, retailers. It's pretty easy. But streaming? Not so much. No, well, not anymore. I mean, this article pretty much said that, look, Netflix at one point, whether we liked it or not, owned the industry. Everything was on there. And then once these businesses ended up seeing all of this profitability that Netflix was having, they said, wait a minute. Why is Netflix getting all the profitability? Why can't we end up getting into the game? Okay, fine, cool. But now that happened, this show and movie is over on this platform. This show and movie is on that platform. This is there. Oh, it's only going to be there for a year, and then it gets off of the platform, and then it goes on to another platform. It's literally like chess moves over and over and over and over again. And what does that mean for you? Well, that just means that you're going to have to pay way more money to watch everything that you want to watch. I mean, there are so many streaming services now, and even more on the way in 2021, that trying to keep it all straight is really, really difficult. Look, that's why I've always advocated for physical media. Because once you own it, you own it. It's yours. You're not paying a subscription fee every single month for these titles. You're just simply not. You have it in your library of movies or TV shows, and you can enjoy it anytime you want. Look, I mean, think about it with The Office. Office is now on Peacock. You need a subscription service and I believe, an essential subscription service, a little bit more than just your average one, to watch any of The Office that you so choose. I own all of those seasons that I want of The Office on DVD. They're mine. I can literally go home and watch any goddamn episode that I please, and I don't need to give Peacock a single bit of my money. Not one goddamn red dime or cent of anything that I make in my life do I have to give to Peacock. I already have the stuff I want. So, at the end of the day, streaming is good. And there's good points to it. And there's a lot of great things to be happy about with streaming. There is. But there's a lot of things that are bad about it. And the fact that these companies are making these backroom deals and content is being taken away from you or added onto another platform, you need to pay more money for that. It just, at the end of the day, it screws over the consumer. And that's not a good thing. And so for me, I really advocate why physical media is as important as it is. Because once you own it, and it's yours. And even think about this one for a second, guys. Even think about this, because if you think about it for just a quick thing, right? Because even think about all the movies and the TV shows that are not big, gigantic, people watch them all the time. They're smaller. Maybe it has a very niche audience. Not many people know about it. Those movies you can barely find on streaming services. So, I mean, those ones are just completely left behind. So that's why physical media is still to this day so important. And I'll still love streaming and still support it. But at the end of the day, I can't deny how important physical media is. And in an age of streaming where literally everything hangs on by a subscription service and literally you're paying $100 after all is said and done with every little service you got to get. At the end of the day, physical media is a one-time payment. You got it. It's yours. End of discussion. I'm just saying, man. That's what I think. I mean, definitely let me know what you guys think about that. I'm dying to know. All these goddamn chess moves. I'm just happy I'm a physical media lover. That's all, man. But, speaking of physical media, I guess we got to go into Target. I mean, it's a slow week. I just want to see something new, man. That's all I want to see. Can Target supply it? Well, who knows? But I guess we just got to go in and find out. All right, we are in at Target, and they already are one up on the very first Walmart because they have Love and Monsters, baby. Yes, they have the Blu-ray digital for $22.99, the DVD for $17.99. Very nice. I'm glad at least Target has something this week. And I got a chance to watch this through Amazon Prime. Now, I wanted to watch it because it actually looked kind of fun. I'm not gonna lie. I like a good apocalyptic movie. I like sci-fi. And it just looked like something right down my alley. So I figured, why the hell not? Might as well give it a chance, right? So basically, this movie is about... the world is now in this post-apocalyptic state because there was a meteorite coming to Earth, right? Okay, well, this certainly isn't Armageddon. We're not having Bruce Willis go up to the goddamn thing. So they blast it with a lot of nukes. What they didn't realize was that all that crap and stuff from new nukes actually ended up coming back down to Earth and affected everything. Bugs and insects and all that stuff that were really, really miniature, tiny. Now they're gigantic and huge, and they're bloodthirsty, and it was literally like a goddamn massacre. Like, all these creatures and insects that we usually would stomp with our feet are now basically tearing us and ripping us apart, and basically like 95% of the Earth has basically went to shit. And so 7 years go by, and now there's like pockets of groups of survivors across the world just trying to be in bunkers and shelters and try to find food and a way of life and trying to avoid these gigantic literal insects and bugs that will basically tear them to shreds. I got to admit, I didn't quite know what to expect. I didn't know if was gonna be like a cheapo movie, if it was kind of gonna like maybe imply the monsters and the creatures and never really show them. There's a lot of post-apocalyptic movies that don't really pay off the premise. They have a great idea, but they don't really go through with it all the way. But that's not Love and Monsters. Absolutely not. This movie is fucking awesome. Seriously, this movie is great, man. I mean, not only is the acting really well done, I think Dylan O'Brien does a really great job. I think everybody does, but I think the CGI, the special effects, the blood and gore, I think everything's really cool here, and I love seeing the insects and the creatures, like huge, gigantic, almost like the size of like almost like a fucking bull or something, even bigger, like gigantic, almost like the size of a tank, I would say. Like seeing like centipedes, the size of like an airplane or something, like it's just amazing. Weird moths and creatures that look like absolute monstrosities, but they're just everyday average insects, just grown to gigantic, ginormous size, man. I love that. I love the humor in this of just a guy who's kind of a scaredy cat in this post-apocalyptic world that has to grow up to be a man and really go after the girl that he loves. There's a lot of really great stuff here, man. I really enjoyed this movie a ton. It was really awesome, truly. Like I said, I thought the humor was really great. I thought the movie was just, in general, just a fun film. It's a really great, heartwarming love story, adventure movie, survival tale, post-apocalyptic flick, almost like a coming-of-age film as well. It's a lot of different things come together, but it's so well done. I love the characters. They're incredibly likable and interesting. You get to know them, you get to understand them and feel for them and want them to survive, which sometimes with some of these movies, I think they forget that aspect of it, but this one does a really great job. I like to sort of fish out of water the idea that some people really know how to survive in this post-apocalyptic future and others that are simply just are not built for it. I thought it was really well done, man. I thought it was creative. I thought it was humorous. And overall, I just thought it was a fun movie. And it's about an hour 45-ish. And it just breezes by with ease. Truly, truly does, man. And again, like, the money is on the screen. You get to see the CGI with the creatures and the insects. You get to see this post-apocalyptic world that they do a really great job with. There's a lot of things here that's really, really well done, man. And on top of that, the movie has Michael fucking Rooker. It has the Rook, baby. And anything that has my Michael Rooker can't be half bad. I'm just saying, man. I mean, it's really well done. Truly. Truly, honestly, it really is true. This is a fun and vibrant ride, and I enjoyed every minute of it. I can't say every post-apocalyptic movie is great. Some are better than others. But Love and Monsters, really, as far as one of the newer ones that come out here on physical, beginning of 2021, is one I'm telling you guys, you gotta watch, because it really is good. I don't know whether this was supposed to come to movie theaters in 2020, but even if it was supposed to, I mean, honestly though, guys, with the coronavirus and everything, it probably wasn't going to happen anyways. But this one is one definitely worth watching. It's just a fun, great sci-fi post-apocalyptic ride, which is, I think you guys are going to really, really enjoy, man. It's just fun. And sometimes a post-apocalyptic tale can be fun. And this one definitely shows its true colors, and it's awesome. Truly, truly awesome, man. Highly, highly recommend Love and Monsters. Truly. Great, great movie indeed, man. Awesome. So they have the Blu-ray, they have the DVD. Unfortunately, they really don't have anything else. Just some of the same similar stuff here. Nothing crazy new other than that, but just the fact that they had Love and Monsters was at least something that we hadn't seen before, and not half bad. Alright, let's head out. Something is better than nothing. Just saying, okay? And with Target, at least we got that one major release this weekend. Hey, look, that is better than the first Walmart. You have to admit that. Now, I know what some of you guys out there say, well, Target is really terrible and they never have enough good physical media, and you're not wrong. However, look, I've come to terms with Target and I've realized that they're just never going to be the type of physical media giant that I would want them to be, and I know you guys would want them to be as well. So, I'm just hoping for one good thing, or maybe a few things that they have that I can show off. And with such a slow week at times, sometimes Target really has nothing at all, and we've seen that a time or two. So the fact that they have at least one thing, something we hadn't seen yet, hey, I'm a happy camper, and at least I get to show off a really great movie to you guys. So, win-win? I think so, at least. Well, hope you guys enjoyed checking out a little bit of Love and Monster action. Let's head to the next location and hopefully a little bit more physical media to check out. All right, everybody, we are at our third location, the second Walmart. We're going to go in and see if there's any interesting indie titles worth checking out. If there is, of course, I will bring it back to Film Fan 108 HQ and show it off to you guys. But before we do that, I gotta talk about a trailer, man. Now, this is one that I've been wanting to talk about for a few weeks. Other trailers took a little bit more precedent, but we're finally here. I gotta talk about this one, and that is Nobody. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, man. You ever wanted to see Bob Odenkirk as a badass? Well, you're about to, baby. Oh, my God, man. All I knew going into the trailer, Bob Odenkirk, and it was somewhat similar to John Wick. And I'm like, okay, this is interesting. Bob Odenkirk is definitely no Keanu Reeves, so I don't know what the hell to expect with this trailer. And it was all kinds of awesome, man. I mean, basically, from what I get from the trailer, basically, Bob Odenkirk is just really very average guy, has a break-in, and is kind of a wimp, kind of weak about it. And everyone says, oh, God, you should have done better. You should have done more. And he's like, I didn't want to do that. And just this pent-up aggression and anger, and it just sort of leads him to really start lashing out. And then you realize that actually he had a history of being quite violent, and he's toned it down, and now people are coming after him now, and he's having to defend his family, and it all just sort of comes in all at him at once. And he has to, break out his, badass version of John Wick, baby. Oh, man, it looks great. Seriously. It looks really cool, man. I mean, I never thought of Bob Odenkirk as some badass motherfucker, but then again, I never really saw him as sort of somebody like a Better Call Saul character, so, I think for me, it's just giving a person a chance. Giving an actor a chance and seeing if they can shine. And this looks like something that he's going to definitely shine in. It looks violent. It looks hardcore. It looks like just ultra, just beat the shit out of everybody, demolish everybody around you type of movie. And, just destruction galore. It looks great, man. It honestly does. Bob Odenkirk looks badass. The acting looks really good. Very dramatic. Very action-oriented, intense. It looks good to me. Honestly, it really does. And the person directing this actually directed a movie called Hardcore Henry. Now, I don't know whether you guys saw Hardcore Henry or not. I did in the movie theaters. I quite liked Hardcore Henry. I thought it was pretty good, man. I mean, it's not the best action movie of all time, but I thought it was really serviceable. I loved the action. I love sort of the first-person point of view stuff. I thought it was pretty well done. So if he's doing this, I know he can definitely do action. So I'm definitely looking forward to that and seeing Bob Odenkirk being badass. The dude from Mr. Show. God, so wild, man. But I'm looking forward to it, man. I think it hits in February, but I'm definitely looking forward to that. Looks pretty cool to me, so I'm on board in a big bad way, man. Hope you are too. Definitely let me know. In the meantime, let's head into the second Walmart and see what goodies we might be able to find. Well, here I am in that good old second Walmart, the first of 2021. It's a little bit of a dead zone still. A lot of things that they haven't stocked yet. Some indie titles that I know would be cool to check out, but still have not actually stocked them yet. What's going on? Why aren't they stocking them? But what if I told you that our losing streak here at the second Walmart is about to change? Yes, indeed. I found some titles, baby. Some interesting and unique indie titles that we have not checked out yet. So even though it's a dead zone, oh, I did look a little bit and I found some nice stuff we're checking out, guys. So I think it's time to head back to Film Fan 108 HQ to show off all that indie goodness. Seth, take it away, buddy. Thank you, Seth, and looks like I'll be taking it from here, buddy, old pal. Yes, indeed, we actually found some stuff at the second Walmart this time, baby. Not half bad. Now, you know, it's been kind of a weird turn of events with Walmart in general, hasn't it? Because I don't know if it's the same with you guys where you are, but for me, like that second Walmart, I could always find some sort of great indie titles no matter what, and it's been kind of rough going. I don't know whether they changed third-party vendors or whether they just decided not to get some of the physical media. I mean, they have the tags out for some of the indie titles, but they're just not there. So I don't know. It's really weird to me, man. I mean, we were seeing some really great stuff in 2020, like constantly some really great indie stuff, and then all of a sudden, heading into sort of the end of 2020, there was just a whole string of times where we just didn't see anything. And hopefully now, starting with this first week of 2020, hopefully we'll see a lot more great indie titles. I mean, I can't guarantee you guys that we're going to see great indie titles every single week at the second Walmart, but I'm hoping that, you know, every couple weeks, 3 weeks or so, we're going to see some cool titles to come out, some cool indies to check out. I think as physical media starts to ramp up again, I think we'll start to see a little bit more. You know, towards the end of December into the beginning of January here, there's a little bit of a kind of a dead period, a little bit of a stall where we're kind of ramping, getting the wheels going again. And I think that also pertains to just obviously these companies ordering the product again and everything like that. And you also have to remember that with more shutdowns, obviously, not as many movies came out, so you know there's a little bit of a lull as well. So we're gonna get back to good stuff, I guarantee you. But in the meantime, it's a little bit of touch and go. But hey, at least we got to see some cool physical media stuff this time round. And hey, as I said before, something is better than nothing. So how about we get to the physical media goodness, shall we? And here we go with the first three titles from the second Walmart, the first batch of indie goodness for 2021. I cannot wait to dive in, baby. Let's start the new year off on a weird and bizarre way. Yes, let's do it, baby. And the first thing I'm seeing is they have Acquitted by Faith. Oh, a little faith-based goodness, huh? 11 seconds can make a difference. That's what most guys say. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I had to. I had to do it. I know. You guys are gonna kill me. It was just ripe for the picking. I'm sorry. It was so there. Oh man. Oh, a little Casper Van Dien faith-based goodness. Okay. I wonder what this one is about. Attorney Benjamin Stills must reevaluate his own faith after he is nearly sentenced to prison for striking a young girl in an accidental car crash caused by texting while driving. Really? Wait a minute. Who the hell is Casper Van Dien texting? Seriously. Come on, man. What, is he texting Dina Meyer for like, a Starship Troopers reunion or some shit? I mean, come on, man. Really? Who's he texting? Come on. Give me a break, man. Oh, Lord. Huh. Well, wait a second. So he nearly got sentenced, right? He nearly got sentenced to prison, so he didn't get sentenced. So wait a minute. He ended up cheating the system to get himself off? Really? So wait a minute. He has to reevaluate his faith after he gets off on a charge of hitting a girl because he texted while driving, and he's, wait a minute. Okay, you're not in prison. You're able to roam free while recklessly driving. Man, instead of like reevaluating your faith, maybe you should be on your hands and knees thanking God or some shit. I mean, seriously, man. I mean, you practically got away with murder, bro. I mean, come on, man. Well, geez, Lord, Lord, stop me from texting, Lord. Lord, this technology, it's really got a hold on me, Lord. I need your guidance. Oh man, give me a fucking break. Oh man, I thought it was gonna be something better, man. This is like garbage. He cheats the system probably to get out of this, and now he feels bad. Oh, okay. Then you should have probably said, "Hey, I'm guilty. I deserve to go to prison for a while to do some time, and maybe get your fate there." I don't know, man. That's just me. What a what a baloney bullshit. I don't know. I'm calling bullshit, guys. I'm actually surprised that this doesn't have one of those Dove stickers on it, because I'm like, man, this is faith based, but apparently, we don't want kids to be watching something where a guy hits a girl with a car and then gets acquitted for it. We can have kids watch a lot of things, but come on, we can't approve that. I mean, we can only go so far with our faith. Yeah, right. Okay. Then the next thing I'm seeing is they have Yellow Rose. Now this was actually one we were supposed to see over at the first Walmart. Well, whenever they get a chance to actually fill the damn thing, the stuff, but whatever. From the studio that brought you the debut, risking it all for the American Dream. I gotta admit, I don't remember any of these actors or actresses, so I definitely do not know any of them. A love letter to country music. What is it about? A Filipino teen from a small Texas town fights to pursue her dreams as a country music performer while having to decide between staying with her family or leaving the only home she has known. Huh. Okay, so it's kind of like, a girl pursuing her dreams and wondering, whether she should still pursue them or stay with her family and the life that she knows and she's used to. Okay. I mean, there's a ton of these movies. I mean, it's literally, just coming of age and, you know, music superstardom. There's a ton of those out there, man. I mean, a ton of biopics and other sort of music movies that are all like this. I mean, this movie is sort of a dime in a dozen because there's literally a crap ton of these out there. I mean, it's kind of cool that she's Filipino and that brings a different flavor to it, especially when it comes to country music. I gotta admit, I'm not a big country music fan. I mean, outside of maybe a couple of songs from Shania Twain and maybe some sort of country pop stuff now, I'm really not. I mean, I was a fan of some of the Dolly Parton stuff back in the day, Kenny Rogers, but I've never been a big country fan. It's never been my type of genre. However, there have been some really great movies that have been about country music that I've really enjoyed. So, this could surprise me. Not bad. It doesn't look too bad, honestly. Seems strikingly original. A universal tale of hope. Might be interesting. Definitely let me know what you guys think of that one. And then I'm seeing The Reason. The Reason. Miracles come in all shapes and sizes. Yes, indeedy, another faith-based goodness. Oh my God, who did they run over now? Oh Lord, please don't tell me that anybody got ran over, man. Oh Lord, Louis Gossett Jr. Man, been a hot minute since I've seen him in anything. Tatiana Ali. Tatiana Ali. Wasn't she in Fresh Prince of Bel-Air? I think she was, right? Yeah, she was in Fresh Prince. Yeah. God, man, I haven't seen her in something in a long while. Based on the acclaimed novel. Okay, well, what is this about? When a mysterious man appears in a small town, unexplained miracles start to occur. You don't say. Changing the lives of everyone he meets. There's a mother whose 5-year-old boy has leukemia. Two doctors, one atheist haunted by his past. Has spoken in 38 years. All of them will be brought together in the true meaning of faith and hope. Of course, people who have kind of lost their faith and, feel like they've been abandoned by God. Of course, somebody comes into their lives and shows them the meaning of hope and love and faith and redeeming value and yada, 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 yada. We've seen this so many times, haven't we, guys? Oh boy, yes, indeed we have. I'm not saying it's a bad movie, because it could be good, but when you've seen one of these, let's be real, you've seen them all. And so, I don't think this movie's going to have like some crazy twist and turn or anything. I doubt it. I mean, they're pretty straightforward, man. However, I gotta admit, man, the faith-based genre is fucking huge. Seriously, man. I mean, I've said it before, but I'll say it again, man. Kirk Cameron makes a whole fucking career out of it now. Literally. I mean, I swear to God, out of a lot of the indie titles that we see, we must see at least half of them being faith-based. I mean, seriously, there are so many of them that come out because the faith-based genre is huge. I mean, it's literally people love this shit. They eat it up. So why not make them? I mean, damn. Louis Gossett Jr. though. Man. I remember the good old days of Louis Gossett Jr., man. The Principal? Hello. That's a great fucking movie, man. Of course, he's been in so many other really great movies as well. I mean, The Deep and I believe he was in one of the Jaws movies, if I'm not mistaken. And oh, shit, he's done a lot of great stuff, man. Didn't really think I'd see him in a faith-based movie, but then again, hey, people need to eat. They need a paycheck. So what the fuck, man? But he's done some really naughty, not nice, and godly things. So you think God would forgive Louis Gossett Jr.? Fuck it, sure. Why not? He's Louis Gossett Jr. He's awesome. Why not? God would be like, you're Louis Gossett Jr.? You're cool in my book, motherfucker. Well, I don't know if God would say it exactly like that, but I would think he would. Oh, man. It's cool, man. It's nice to see him doing some work. And Tatiana Ali. Man. Been a long time, man. I've seen some of the work she's done in the past, but man, it's been a long time. I believe in The Reason. Not quite sure if I do, but it is a big fanfare genre. People love it, so apparently people are eating up The Reason. Okay. Better them than me. On to the last three indie title goodness, baby. Let's dive in with some shark action? From the depths, okay. This vacation's gonna bite. Oh, I love that cover, man. Oh, Jaws, eat your motherfucking heart out. Oh, baby. Oh man, that chick is so screwed. Oh man, she's about to be like lunch meat. Oh baby. Oh wow. What is this? Liz, the lone survivor of a shark attack, finds herself plagued by nightmares of being stalked by a ravenous predator, along with hallucinations of visits from her deceased sister. What? As the nightmares intensify, Liz's girlfriend Roberta and therapist Kristen try their best to help her overcome the delusions. But Liz feels that there's just figments of her imagination, knowing that something is out there waiting. Huh. That's interesting. Oh, look at that. I'm assuming that's her deceased sister holding a severed foot? What the hell? What the fuck is this? Okay, so it's kind of God, it kind of has a few things. Like, obviously, it's ripping off of Jaws, clearly, but it seems like it's ripping off of, like, American Werewolf in London. Like, with the deceased sister that keeps on visiting her. Okay? And you almost, like, ripping off 47 meters down. But it's sort of post shark attack, so she's sort of traumatized from that and her nightmares, but she feels like things are a figment of her imagination. So is she safe from this or is she not? I don't quite understand. Does she, like, obviously she got rescued from the shark, so she doesn't have to worry about that, or does she? Like, that's the one thing I'm kind of thinking about this movie for a second, because the one thing I got so pissed off about from 47 meters down, the one thing I railed against in the biggest and baddest way, is there's a part in 47 meters down, okay? Like, full on spoilers for this. So if you haven't seen it, it's spoilers. So basically, this chick gets out of the cage, right, in 47 meters down. And she's going up to the surface and she gets rescued. And there's a whole big thing of the swelling of the beautiful music. And, it's hopeful. And then, no, not at all. It was just in her imagination. She's still stuck down there in that goddamn cage, and she didn't get rescued at all. And I was so pissed about that. I was like, you fucking manipulative cocksucking movie. Like, I was like, you basically manipulated me. I mean, I hate that shit. Hate it. And so I don't know. Like, I look at this movie and I'm like, it's kind of cool because it's a person dealing with the traumatic after events of being attacked by a shark. But something tells me, and I don't know, it's an instinct that maybe that she's still in the water being attacked by this shark. Like, she never left. Like, it's one of these movies that at the end she's still in the fucking water, and it was all an illusion and an imagination in her mind. And I would be so pissed. I'm not gonna lie, man. I'd be fucking furious. I mean, I love the cover. The cover is fucking killer, man. Like, seriously. It's a great cover. If you were going around, checking out the shelves and the DVDs and everything, this would stand out. I mean, it's a great cover, but man, we've seen a lot of great, covers for indie titles that are flat out garbage. I don't know, man. This is stealing from a lot of things. The Jaw, the American Werewolf in London, possibly 47 meters down. I mean, I love a good shark movie, but let's be real, there's not as many good shark movies as we might think there is. There's only really a small handful. Can From the Depths be one of the better ones? I mean, the cover says yes, but synopsis is saying no, baby. Saying big no. I'm very curious about this one. If you guys know much, let me know. But something tells me I got a big hunch that it's all in her fucking mind. And man, I'd be so pissed. Just saying. Then I'm seeing over here they have the DVD of The Faculty. The government made them. 60 years later, they've escaped. Oh, look at that cover, man. I love that. It was sort of the alien tentacles and like these people with like guns and flashlights. Like, shoot it! Shoot it! Oh my god, what the hell is this? Oh, hell. Oh, wait. So, now does it? Okay, what is this? In 1955, NATO and the Allied forces conducted secret occult experiments in a bid to win the arms race. They succeeded, but what they unleashed almost tore our world apart. Now, a group of young urban explorers and a private military unit could become the final place in a 60-year plan that should have stayed closed. Huh. Okay, shit. I actually kind of like that synopsis, man, because I'm always very intrigued and fascinated by what, like, governments do, like, secret government like weird experimental shit. Like I always love that, man. And I do truly believe that we do some really fucked up weird experimental shit. Like I don't know, like I don't have any kind of proof or anything. It's just it's sort of the like the conspiracy theorist in me that just kind of loves that shit. And so I don't know, this kind of piques my interest. I don't know. It says reopen a door that should have stayed closed. So is it like a door to hell? Is it something like Cthulhu, where like they're like opening up some sort of doorway with these weird monsters? It kind of looks like that, but I don't know. It could be hell, like almost like the end of Tales from the Hood, where like the guy turns into the devil. He's like, "Welcome to hell, motherfucker." Yeah, I kind of want that to happen at the end of this movie. Oh man, I don't know. It kind of could be cool. I mean, these movies are well, I guess they have the potential to be good and bad. Like good in the idea that if you do it right with like all these weird creatures and hellish landscapes, like it could be really cool and really nightmarish. But if it's really cheapo and done really like just like the most cheapest downgrade type of filmmaking, then it just comes off as really useless and a real piece of shit. So I don't know, man, but it has good potential, possibly. And the cover does look cool, but can't always trust covers. Does look interesting. The Faculty. Hmm. My bad, guys. My bad. It's called The Facility, not The Faculty. You know what? I think I was thinking about that Robert Rodriguez film. For some reason, it was like really stuck in my head. So I was looking at The Facility. I'm like, oh, it looks like The Faculty. I don't know, man. It still looks cool. Probably not nearly as good as The Faculty, just saying. But, still interesting. Hell awaits. And sometimes with my screw ups, I think I deserve to go to hell. And then we're seeing the DVD of 12-Hour Shift. Pull your shift together. Oh, those damn puns. Oh, Lord. Oh, my God. Certified fresh from Rotten Tomatoes. You know how much I love that rating system. Yep. Oh, boy. Okay, so I got a chance to watch this on Amazon Prime. Now, honestly, the reason why I wanted to watch it was because of Angela Bettis. Now, she plays the main lead in this movie. Basically, the movie is about this nurse, and actually a couple of nurses who are basically giving these human organs to this guy in order to sell them to the black market. And one day she gives one of the organs to her cousin and she screws up. She loses the organ, and suddenly this guy from the black market gets really pissed off, says, you fucked up, and we want the fucking organ, and if you don't give it to us, we're coming after your fucking ass. And so basically they have to try to get the organ from a hospital, and all the while there's this like crazy killer that's possibly on the loose, and the cousin who's going crazy, not really trusting the other cousin, which is the nurse, and the nurse is trying to get a new organ, and the cops are involved, and it's just a god damn it, it's just a whole fucking clusterfuck of shit. Let's be real, man. Now, as far as horror comedies go, I have to admit, horror comedies, as much as I love horror comedies, they are a balance, aren't they? And what I mean by that is, you don't want to go too overboard on the comedy, and you don't want to go so crazy on the horror that it might turn people off. There's got to be a balance between the two, right? And 12-Hour Shift doesn't really get the balance completely right. Now, is it a terrible movie? No, it's not a terrible movie. There's actually quite a lot to enjoy here, specifically Angela Bettis. And as I said, I love Angela Bettis. She she's actually kind of an underrated actress. The first time I really ever saw her was in Girl Interrupted with Angelina Jolie. She was actually really good in that, played a really small role. And then I saw her in that really great, fantastic movie called May. And May is amazing. That's a movie that really deserves a great, like, collector's edition release. Talk about a movie that vastly deserves it, man. May really does. If you've never seen May, easily a must watch. It's a great, and Angela Bettis is amazing in the lead role, man. So I really like her, and she's definitely the highlight of this movie. You know, she plays sarcastic, mean-spirited, kind-hearted, but kind of twisted at the same time. And I like her portrayal. She's definitely the best thing about the movie. As far as the other characters go, they sort of come in and out of the story. Some characters are really fun, other characters are really bland. The other cousin, the blonde who loses the organ, she's kind of like your typical ditzy blonde, which I think they try to play for laughs, but it doesn't really come off that way, unfortunately. It kind of comes off as just stupid for stupid's sake. And then when she's trying to like kill people for the organs and then trying to like go through this hospital pretending to be a nurse, it tries to be like, oh, these goofy hijink stuff, and it just kind of comes off as needless in the film. It just overcomplicates shit. I guess that's the whole point of the movie, but like, if only these people would fucking talk to one another and actually have a fucking plan, then maybe this shit would have worked. But nobody decides to fucking talk to one another. Of course. Man, good lord. But like I said, I think the blood and gore is cool here. I like when they're ripping out the organs. I like when they're killing people. There's some good small performances by David Arquette here, which he plays like the killer who like goes on the loose. You even have a small, like, a couple speaking lines from Mick Foley from like WWE wrestling. And I love Mick Foley, man. He's cool. It's a shame he actually didn't do more in the movie, because actually the small part he has is really cool. Like, I'm like, damn, man, he actually comes off as really menacing, and I'd love to see him do more shit, but he really doesn't. At the end of the day, the comedy is kind of accidental comedy. It's kind of like, well, we accidentally got rid of the organ, and we accidentally mixed up this guy, and we accidentally killed this person when we should have killed the other person. And the comedy kind of comes from there. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Some of the performances are bland, others seem kind of useless and pointless. But the main reason to watch this, honestly, is because of Angela Bettis. She is awesome in this movie. Actually, what the hell am I saying? She's awesome in pretty much everything she does. She's really great, a vastly underrated actress, and as far as I'm concerned, she definitely deserves a hell of a lot more love than she actually gets. Is 12-Hour Shift the best horror comedy you're ever going to see? No, not really. And it's not really even average, because there's better average horror comedies out there. But it does have certain redeeming value. So, if you want to waste a little less than an hour and a half of your time on, an average okay horror comedy, well, 12-Hour Shift ain't half bad. There's even better movies about human organs and shit too. So I mean, it can't even win in the human organ horror genre, because there's even better ones in that genre as well. So like movies like American Mary and other stuff like that. So yeah, good idea. A really great actress. It had potential, but unfortunately, the potential couldn't pull its shift together. Ah, see what I did there? Yeah. I figured I pulled a pun on itself, god damn it. It's okay. It's it's a decent waste of time. Put it that way. Oh, and the wonderful indie goodness from Walmart. Not half bad this time around. Some really weird, unique, interesting, and faith-based goodness. Faith-based goodness, killer shark madness, harvesting human organs, and hell awaits. Some really interesting and unique titles at the second Walmart, guys. Oh, of course. They pulled through for the first week of 2021. Very nice indeed. And I'm just looking forward to what indie goodness comes this year, guys. I mean, honestly, I have to say that 2020 had so many really great, interesting, unique, very bizarre titles to come on shelves. And can 2021 beat it? Damn, that's hard, man, because 2020 had some real doozies. But, I think we started out pretty decent. So let's see where the rest of the year goes. But I'm definitely excited to see what indie madness we will have in store for us this year, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. And, well, that's not the last place, because we got a little bit more physical media goodness to go. So, let's see what more we can find. All right, everybody. We are at our fourth and final location, the first of 2021. We're heading to the Beast, baby. Yes, we are none other than Best Buy, baby. The Beast. Best Buy. I can't wait to check this out. I mean, mind you, as I said before, it's a slow week, not a lot of releases, but as we've seen in the past, in 2020, Best Buy usually saves the day. And will they do it for the first week of 2021? Well, I think the only way to find out is to head inside, so let's head into the Beast and see what Best Buy has in store for us this week. All right, everybody, we are in at Best Buy under the new releases, and oh my God, holy Lord, it's empty. Wow, holy shit, it is massively empty, guys, and it's just as dead over here. Oh Lord, oh Lord. I mean, it's not dead. I mean, there's stuff here, but not anything that we're really looking for. I mean, Love and Monsters is supposed to be over here, and 12-hour shift. Nothing. Not at all. Not a damn thing. Nothing up in the big new release section over up front, and nothing over here as well. Wow, it is literally kind of a dead zone here. Not gonna lie. I mean, they have stuff, but nothing new. And Best Buy's supposed to save the day. Well, guess there's no saving this day. What? What? Holy shit. What just happened? Like, there's literally nothing new here at Best Buy to show off at all. There's literally no new releases whatsoever. I mean, I thought at the very least we would see Love and Monsters, but damn, nothing at all. That's kind of peculiar for Best Buy. I mean, usually we're seeing something, but not this week. It's a big old fat dead zone here, man. Damn. Usually I expect Best Buy to be a little bit better, but this time, wait for it. Best Buy didn't deliver. Oh boy. I guess that means, well, you guys guessed it. This ain't the last stop. How about we head to the second Best Buy, and maybe our luck might just turn around. Well, here we are, guys. I guess if one doesn't do the trick, maybe the second can. Yes, we are now at the second Best Buy location. usually just one will do it, but apparently, well, it's the beginning of the year, which means that it follows the end of last year, which means little physical media, which means that maybe we got to go to a few more places to see everything we possibly can. Well, can this Best Buy deliver where the first didn't? Guess we're about to find out. All right, we are in at the second Best Buy, and well, we're seeing at least one thing, and that is the Blu-ray digital of Love and Monsters for $22.99. Well, at least we get to see this. One thing's better than nothing, I suppose. Now, I wanted to talk about Dylan O'Brien because when he first came on the scene, I really wasn't a big fan of his. To be honest with you, I really wasn't. I know he first really came on the scene in a big bad way with that Teen Wolf series on MTV, which I've never seen a single episode of that. Now, that may be a good or bad thing. I mean, you guys are going to definitely have to let me know on that one. But I kind of got the suspicion that Dylan O'Brien was just this sort of teen bopper, you know, cute guy for the fangirls type of actor. And I was like, okay, he's just very superficial, and that's where I sort of took him in my thought. It was like, okay, that's who he is, and okay, I'm done with that guy. But then he kind of started to prove me wrong a little bit. I mean, watching those Maze Runner films was really, really great, and he's awesome in them. I mean, the acting's really good, but the action, like, he does a really great job with the action portion of the role, and did a great job throughout those first three of those films, especially the first one, which I thought was really well done, man. And then I saw him in American Assassin, and American Assassin is great, man. He is amazing. I mean, with the espionage spy stuff, the action in that film, like, I was really thoroughly impressed by him. Truly, I honestly was. And I think he's just an actor that has gotten better. The more roles he's done, the more, I would say, the more adult roles he's taken on. He still has a long way in his career. He's very early in his career choices, but I see him going sort of the way of maybe a Matt Damon or a Ben Affleck, somebody who does those action films, really establishes himself, then does a lot of dramatic and serious roles. I see him going down that route, but honestly, over the past few films of his, I've been really impressed by the guy. I honestly really have. I think he's actually way better than people, at least me, for instance, have definitely given him credit for. And he's really great in Love and Monsters. He plays sympathetic. He plays funny. He plays anger. He plays sort of a wimp turned hero in a really great, fun, and humorous way. He has the acting chops and the action chops now after the last few films he's done to really pull this off. And he did. I mean, this movie, in a lot of ways, lives and dies on his shoulders. And he pulls it off. He really does, man. I mean, it's a great movie. It's a great post-apocalyptic tale. It's not like a movie like The Road or Mad Max or some shit. I mean, it's a little more tongue-in-cheek. It reminded me in some ways, in some small ways, of Zombieland. Just in the narration and sort of not taking it all too seriously, but taking it just seriously enough where it's not a goof. You know what I mean? But I was thoroughly impressed by the movie, the CGI, the post-apocalyptic world, and I could see them literally doing a sequel to this film. I would actually love them to do a sequel. I really think that would be honestly cool, man. I mean, not exactly with the same characters, but it could be with different characters just in the same universe. That would be really cool, man. I definitely would be up for that. I can't say that for every sort of world I encounter in movies, but this is one where I would love to see a sequel to. Not in fact they're gonna like cure the world or anything, but just dealing with a different set of survivors and different circumstances, different insects and bugs. Like, it would be really cool, man. It kind of reminds me of some way in that movie Monsters, which I really liked. And then they did the sequel, and they focused on different people. They focused on the military and different aspects of the creatures. And it was kind of an interesting idea. I kind of hope they go the way with that with Love and Monsters. I'd love to see them do a sequel. I don't know if it's on the table or not, but I would definitely be interested in it, man. Not gonna lie. Yeah, deleted scenes and a couple of featurettes. Not bad, but this is a movie, honestly, very fun. Some lighthearted moments, some serious moments, some great blood and gore, and some cool, like, gooey and icky creatures which are real life, but just when they're blown up to gigantic proportions, man, disgusting as fuck, man. But really great, dude. Really, honestly, truly enjoyed Love and Monsters. Not half bad. And that seems to do it for this Best Buy. I mean, it's all I'm seeing. But hey, at least we gave it a gamble, and at least it paid off. Not bad. Let's head out. I mean, they never said that searching for physical media would be easy. I mean, if it was, hell, everybody do it. So, yeah, this day has been a lot of searching for physical media, and not very plentiful. I hate to say it, but you win some, you lose some. I mean, some good physical media out there. You just have to find it. And good luck on that one, guys. Sometimes it's a little bit harder than it is easy. And trust me, I've been on both of ends of the spectrum. Very easy and sometimes extremely tough. But it is always satisfying when you find the thing that you want. So, you know, sometimes the hunt is definitely worth it. Well, we came here. At least we found one thing. Not bad. How about we head out of here? Alright, everybody. That'll do it for the Blu-ray and DVD out and about video this week. And it was a little rough, wasn't it? We were going through a lot of rough waters. It was a little bit of a diamond in the rough week, dare I say. It really was, man. And yeah, honestly, a part of me is not really surprised by this. I mean, the last couple weeks of 2020 were really rough for physical media, and I knew it would kind of carry over a little bit into 2021. Mind you, we are only going to get better as we go along for the next 2, 3, 4 weeks. More physical media is going to come out. There's going to be more variety, more things to show off. Now that sort of the craziness has died down from the holidays, and by the way, what just a pleasant experience this week was doing the video, because I was just going to these stores and filming, and I'm like, oh my god, there's not like crazy amounts of people crowded around, and like everybody's just like in your way, and it was so much easier. I'm like, oh my god, the nuttiness and the craziness, oh, it's over. I was like, oh my god, thank you so much. It was just such nuttiness the past few weeks, man. So this was a blessing. And as I said, I think physical media will get better with each passing week. You know, this time of year, after all the nuttiness and everything, things start to get back to normal and start to pick itself back up again. So I have no doubt we will definitely see more as the weeks go on. But the first week was a little bit of an adjustment for 2021. Just saying, we'll get our feet beneath us. We will, guys. Just a little patience goes a long way. And so, regardless, even if there wasn't a lot of stuff this week to show off, there was still things worth giving a look to and checking out, whether it was in store or online. Stuff still worth diving into. If you guys picked up anything good, definitely let me know. As far as I'm concerned, well, I actually did pick up something in the stores this week. Actually, as far as you guys are concerned, the very first title that I picked up for 2021, and that is none other than Love and Monsters. Yes, I did pick up this bad boy, man. And I gotta admit, this is one of the most fun and imaginative post-apocalyptic films I've seen almost ever. It's just really fantastic. I love the giant creatures. I love the post-apocalyptic world and the setting, the characters. It was really just a very funny and adventurous tale, and I loved it. I thought this was a really cool, really awesome, well made and well done film. I didn't think I was going to have half as much fun with this film as I really did, but man, this is such an awesome flick. I had to pick this up. It's got to go in the collection, man. So it was a no-brainer for me. Love and Monsters, easily a pickup, man. So good. I love this movie so much. 2021, I think, if Love and Monsters is any indication, let's hope 2021 is a good year for physical media, man. Let's hope, baby. And I also ended up getting something in the mail, a package from Diabolic DVD. Yes. Oh, they do love me so much, man. I order so much from Diabolic DVD. I think at times they're probably in the office being like, oh, when are we going to get our next order from FilmFan 108? I'm sure they're just waiting by the computer, man. Trust me, it'll be any moment I'll put in another order, I swear. But this is actually an Arrow Video title. Now, this is a great sci-fi horror comedy, not only from the 90s, but of like all time. It really is, man. And this actually was in the collection before. I had this on DVD, and when this got announced, I got rid of the DVD, and I'm like, okay, man, I got Arrow Video now, man. So this is easily an upgrade. And I love the creatures in it, and I just love the mix of the horror and comedy. As I said, horror comedy it's a balance, and you gotta do it just right. And this is one of the movies that gets it absolutely right. Like I said, one of the best from the 90s, and just a really great creature feature overall. Arrow Video does it best, and this was easily an upgrade, so I'm glad to have it back in the collection. Not half bad, but you guys will not get to find out exactly what I picked up until my Blu-ray pickup video, which will drop, well, sometime in the near future. It's gonna be I think it's gonna be a decent one for January. It's not gonna be crazy plentiful, but I think there's still some titles that I still have to get from some of my Black Friday sales that I have yet to get at this point. So some really cool titles to still get from those sales, plus perhaps maybe a new release or two, some really interesting collector's editions. So keep a lookout. Some really good pickups coming in January, dare I say. And some good stuff coming to the channel very soon. Reviews, more Blu-ray pickup videos, and a whole host of other things. I've been kind of taking some time for myself these past couple of weeks and just a little relaxing and chilling out and doing my own thing and spending time with the girlfriend and the mother and you know, just taking a little bit of time for me, something I feel I really needed. Now that the batteries are sort of semi-recharged, I figured it's time to get back to the grind. So I'm going to be getting back to the grind for you guys, and some cool videos coming up very soon. I promise, they are coming. Patience does pay off, and you will definitely be rewarded, so definitely stay tuned. And before I let you guys go, I wanted to talk about the state of physical media going into 2021 and why I think this year is going to be the fight of its life. And I truly do believe that. Actually, I think most years you can say it's the fight for its life. I mean, here's the deal about it. Truthful, beyond all honesty to you guys, I've been hearing for years that physical media is going down. I mean, God knows I've heard it for, I think, 10 years or more of like every single year. It's like, this is the year that is going down. And no more physical media. And every year it fights and it claws its way to still remain relevant and still be in the public consciousness. And I think if we were to look back on 2020 And I know a lot of you guys don't want to look back on 2020. A lot of you guys are like, oh my God, do we really have to look back on that year? Because that year was a clusterfuck. But if you do, I think you find that physical media, I think, really did, I think, open up for a lot of people in a way that I don't think many people would have thought of. With the coronavirus really raging and movie theaters closing and, entertainment being more limited, physical media took a little bit more of an importance. And I think with the streaming services limiting the content and the fact that, there was a lot of controversy with certain movies and having, to take out certain scenes in order to satisfy certain people, people looked at physical media as a great counterpoint to streaming. And I think maybe physical media gained a certain amount of gravitas that it wouldn't have normally gotten in a regular year. I think some of that carries over into 2021. But I also think it's going to be a really big challenge going forward for this year. I mean, you have to understand that with so many streaming services that are up and running, the idea that more is on the way, the idea that content is getting snatched up like the jaws of life from all of these companies, and the fact that most of these companies aren't putting out their original content through physical media. Places like Netflix and Disney Plus and a lot of these other companies are really just keeping that on the platforms. They're not putting it on physical media because they feel like if they put it on physical, then there's really no point for subscribers to want to stay on the service. So in that way, it's just pure greed. On the other hand, there's a lot of big name YouTubers out there who are sounding the alarm on physical media and saying, look, physical media is dead and dying. I mean, you can't believe how many episodes I've seen where I see John Campea talking about physical media and how, well, physical media is dead, it's dying, it's over, pull the plug, it's a dead horse. And I want to not believe John Campea. With all due respect to him and how he's a very big movie insider and knows a lot, I feel like him saying that is somewhat irresponsible in a lot of ways. Because, I think as a movie lover, you need all the options on the table. And to say physical media is dying and is dead, it doesn't help out all these other small films and all these other content out there that people really still want through the format and through the medium. And I'm not saying he needs to pull his full support to it, but I'd like to see him understand why physical media is still as important as it is. But I also think he has a responsibility because as many people watch him, he's putting that narrative out there that physical media is dead. And when that happens, what is his people doing? Well, they're basically saying, oh, if he's saying it's dead, then it's dead, and I don't need to buy any more physical media. I look at companies like a Walmart or a Target or a Best Buy, and I always hear year after year, well, the sales are going down, and the sales are not up, and they're just plummeting. But then I go to these stores week in and week out, and a lot of times I don't see the physical media out on the day that it's supposed to be out. And so no wonder the physical media sales are down, because you're not putting out the actual media that people want. Why would they? You say the sales are down, but you're part of the reason why it's down. I mean, we have to fight the streaming services. We have to fight the scalpers on eBay that are taking advantage of the niche market and the collectors and the fan base out there. We have to deal with these big name movie insider YouTubers who think they know it all and think that that physical media is truly dead because Disney Plus is now king and it controls the world now and all the content is there and we don't need physical media anymore because apparently we can just stream everything, but that's not entirely the truth anymore. We can stream everything. Not every movie and TV series is on streaming, nor will it ever be on streaming. And so there's a lot of misinformation out there, and there's a lot of people that are giving these false signals. And I think 2021 is going to be one of those years where I'm not saying it's going to be a make or break a year, but I'm saying that in the overall narrative of physical media, I think that this is a year where I think we gained some traction from 2020. So we either keep that going, we keep that momentum going, and we still are able to coincide with streaming and still find a great niche for ourselves within an incredible wide array of entertainment that is out there in the world. Or we decide that the market is no longer viable and we just give up. I mean, there's so many avenues and ways to structure this, guys. And I'm still gonna fight for physical media, but I'm just me. I'm just one person. I wanna see that physical media is still important for people in general. And I think that these companies need to give off the right message. I think these big movie insiders and YouTubers really need to look at the movie landscape and the entertainment landscape, and I think they need to see the importance of where physical media lies. I think we need to fight back against these scalpers, and I think we need to take back these additions from them and say no more. We need to tell these companies that no, it is limited to one per person. And we can't give these scalpers the power that we normally have given them in the past. And there's ways to keep physical media alive, but it's going to have to take us all in order to do it. The world is changing, and with COVID, it's changing even more. And if we don't change with the times, if we don't try to do our best to make physical media more relevant and to put it in a better context for people to want to support it and want to give their hard-earned money to the cause, then it's all going to get lost. And then everything is just going to go to streaming. And so many movies and TV shows are just going to be swallowed up as just another incentive to pay $13, $14, $15 a streaming service. And next thing you know, you're paying over $100 when you're only watching one or two things. I think there's a great place for physical media still in this world. And it just depends on how we frame the argument going forward. I think 2021 is going to be a very interesting year. I want to say that physical media is going to be strong, but it's only as strong as we make it. So let's try to go out there and really make this important and make the argument that regardless of all the other entertainment options out there, there's still a solid, viable place for the physical media market. Because I don't want it to go the way of CDs and a lot of this other stuff that has just been basically torn down so much. I want there to still be a viable place years from now. Like 5 years from now, I still want to see this flourish and still be a viable way for people to have their entertainment value. I hope you guys agree with me. I mean, there's no right or wrong answer to this, but for me, there's a lot of things we're fighting against, but I think we can also win the narrative if we put the right emphasis on why physical media is important and we stay strong with the cause. It's just me, guys. Definitely let me know what you think. And hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, definitely give it the thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Check out the other Blu-ray and DVD Tuesday videos I do, the movie reviews with my friends, live streams, movie hunting, Blu-ray pickups, and much, much more. If you're a fan of movies and physical media, hit subscribe and become a part of the Film Fan Nation. I want to thank my great subscribers out there. You guys are awesome with the great comments and subscribing and the great feedback. I really appreciate it. You guys are amazing, and you lift me up. And so hopefully I lift you guys up and give you entertainment value. Thank you so much. So if you like how I talk about movies and physical media, definitely hit subscribe. And keep up to date with everything I'm doing through Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. FilmFan108. Keep up to date with everything I'm doing, plus special pictures and videos I do from time to time on social media as well. And I just want to say an incredibly great and wonderful happy new year. We made it to 2021. We're here, baby. So let's make it a really great year, a very positive year, a very great, wonderful year for physical media, and just a really great year full of entertainment and a lot of fun. Alright guys, I will see you back next week for a brand new Blu-ray and DVD Out and About video. Take care everybody, and happy hunting.